Danny Gathorn here for Pro Boxing fans. Delighted to have with me today Callum Simpson. Callum, big news for yourself, mate. Going back to Oakwell, but this time it's the full gaff. Must be buzzing.
Yes, mate. Massive news announced today. Yeah, like somebody did 7,000 last year. We're doing more than double this time in terms of capacity for a European title as well. We're going bigger and better. Yeah, it's going to be a massive European night in Barnsley.
Absolutely. You mentioned there European super middleweight title on the line against Ivan Zucul, who doesn't seem like any mug. 21-0, 18 KOs, Southpaw. What do you know about him? How much of a test think he's going to provide to you in Oakwell in front of your own people?
Yeah, that's it. It's a big step up. Like I said, 21-0, 18 knockouts. Looks like I can punch Southpaw, my first Southpaw box. But yeah, I'm expecting my toughest fight today, and it's another step up, and that's what I want to do in my boxing career. In every fight, I try and step up in level, step up in ability, and this is why I'm fighting him. It's not like a voluntary defense or a voluntary challenge. The EBU made him the manager challenger a few months ago, and then when the title got vacated, I got made the manager challenger as well. So we've both been put forward by the EBU to fight each other, and it's a fight that I've taken with open arms, and I'm sure that he has as well.
Do you feel like it had to be a step up, be it in terms of name value or title, to justify it? It's going to be a massive night for Barnsley. I mean, I can't imagine there's been too many nights of this magnitude. Obviously, there was various names at domestic level banded about, but do you feel like it couldn't just be, like with all due respect, an Elvis, a Yorko, a Steed Woodall? Do you feel like it had to be that next level for it to justify a fight at this scale?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was. I think regardless of what I thought, I think Barnsley would come and back me either way. I think when I thought it was actually for the British title, it wasn't a case that Chile was a big name. It was just a case of Callum Simpson's fighting British Commonwealth title. Let's go and get behind one of his own. Let's go and support him. And I think it's the same with this, but even more so as a European title on the line, and it's an undefeated fighter. I know that for us to do at least 15,000, open all the stands, ring on the ring middle of the pitch. I want it to be a big fight, a good name. I know they mentioned they were about bringing a big American name over, but I wasn't sure what title we're going to be for. So yeah, for me to be fighting a fight of this magnitude for the European title just adds even more to it.
You touched on the support from the people in Barnsley. Just how much has life changed for you in terms of like a day-to-day basis since that first night at Oakwell? I mean, I'm sure you're getting recognised a lot more. The support must be unbelievable at this stage.
Yeah, everything's just the same, to be honest, mate. I'm still doing the same day-to-day things, still chilling in the morning, go home, chill for a bit, nip into town centre, get a coffee, go for a little shop, or just get asked for more photos, mate. That's the only thing that's changed. Just get asked for more pictures, and that's literally it. Everything else is the same, mate.
Absolutely. Let's talk a bit about the sort of super middleweight landscape as a whole. Obviously, the European is a step closer towards world honours. We know Canelo Alvarez has got three of those world titles. All likelihood, it's going to become four at the start of May when he takes on William Skull. Is it just a case of waiting? Obviously, there's the next three or four fights for Canelo we think are sort of penciled in with Riyadh season. Is it just a case of staying busy, gradually rising through the levels, and then, when that world title shot becomes available, be it a vacant title, be it a shot at Canelo, just then jumping at it?
Yeah, it's definitely not a case of waiting. It's a case of building myself and trying to get in a position to fight for a world title. And whether Canelo's got those belts or not, I want to be fighting for a world title within my next six fights by the end of next year. I think I'm ranked top 10 with three world governing bodies. And when I beat Ivan Zucco, I'll be ranked even higher. So it's a case of keep building, keep developing, and keep pushing the rankings. So when we are eligible to fight for a world title, whether it's got the belts, whether it's Canelo or not, we're ready to fight, we're ready to win.
What's the current thoughts towards the British? Callum obviously got that. A lot of fighters, they want to win it outright. They want to make those three defences. Others are just keen to push on as soon as possible. What's your current standpoint in terms of whether you want to win that British title outright?
Yeah, I'm still in two minds about the British. Obviously, I want to win it outright. However, there's the lack of depth of the super middleweight division domestically. It's a shame, and I think historically it's been a massive division. Cal Froch, you've got Groves, De Gale, your Ben Eubank names, but back in the day, it's always Carl Zagat. It's always been a great domestic, a great division. But again, there's no depth there at the minute. But again, if Hamza Shiraz moves up to 168, that'd be a fight there. European defense, British defense. Commonwealth defence, that'd be the perfect fight to try and win it outright and to keep on defending that British while having the European as well and fighting at a higher level. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to take a step backwards. I don't want to, fight at European level, win the European title, and then look back and fight anyone else domestically that's not really proven, that's not really going to challenge me as much. Not going to not challenge me, but it's not going to be a step up. I need to make sure every fight now it is a step up.
Yeah, absolutely. How much longer do you think you've got at super middleweight, Callum? Obviously, very big at the weight. You've sparred some of the world's best light heavyweights, and by all accounts, given very good accounts of yourself. Do you see your long-term future still at 168 pounds?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to feel like I'm gonna. But like I said, I make the weight easy. Yeah, I'm very big at the weight, but luckily I make it easy. Yeah, I would definitely want to become a super middle world champion. Obviously, the dream would be to unify. And I'll keep making super middle until I feel like I can't anymore. And then but again, I'd happily fight at light. Twice I'd happily fight at light heavyweight now. Before I first turned pro, I thought I was going to be a cruiserweight. And then when the weight started to come off, I thought I'd be light heavy. Then it come off a bit easier before, let's do super middle. So yeah, but we'll see how long I'll be at super middleweight for. But yeah, this is super middleweight is my division. I want to solidify myself as a more than a contender, but as a world champion, and then we'll move up. But again, you look at the the light heavies domestically, that's proper depth. You've got Yard, Lyndon Arthur, Callum Smith, Buatsi, Willie Hutchinson, Craig Richards. Like all those are massive fights. All those are the big fights, big names, and I'm sure there's Louis Edmondson as well, just won the British title. So yeah, there's some massive names there, and there's proper depth in that division. Whereas super middleweight, it's a shame because I could have won the British outright now and pushed on, but luckily we're going on to European now. But yeah, I think at light heavy is probably a better category to win the British outright. I've got a quicker route anyway. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm very happy where I'm at.
Yeah. One name I know you've mentioned in the past is a certain Chris Eubank Jr. Now, Chris has sort of made no secret that he's in boxing for the biggest fights, the biggest money fights. With your profile growing as it is, doing these stadium shows, picking up bigger and bigger titles. Do you think that's a fight that still could be a possibility down the line? I know he's at middleweight currently, but by all accounts, he's fought at super middle in the past.
Yeah, I think really he should be fighting at super middleweight. But yeah, again, obviously, where I am now, I'm not the fight for him now. Obviously, my profile's not big enough yet, but this time next year, win the European World Title Eliminator, be pushing up. I want to be domestically, a household name, and so I want to be the next superstar to come through this weight division. Hopefully that'll be a fight we can get on in the future. But obviously, realistically, it's not a fight he's going to take now. And if I was him, I wouldn't take it in the future either. But there is potential. There is potential there.
What have you made of the build up to the fight with Conor Benn so far? It's been mint on it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think everyone's enjoyed the build up to the fight. I just hope that the actual fight builds up to what everyone's expecting, a proper fight between them both.
What are you doing if someone slaps you in the head with an egg at a face-off?
I haven't got a clue, mate. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. I'm not the violent type, but obviously, I probably have to make a quick judgment call if you can class it as self-defense. I reckon you'd pass for self-defense. Depends how quick security can grab you. Depends.
100%. How do you see that fight going? Out of interest, I think the jumping weight's too much for Conor.
I wouldn't say it's too much. I think it'll be all right at the weight, but I just think that Eubank will be the much bigger man, and I think Eubank's fought at a much higher level than Ben has. I think that's all it is, and I think Eubank will probably win on points. But I think that Ben has got that tenacity, that hunger, he's got that proper dog in him, hasn't he? So it'll be hopefully it makes that to be a good fight.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up, Callum, we'll leave the final word with you. When can people get tickets? When can people turn out to Oakwell to support you? Tell people what they need to know.
Yeah, everyone can sign up there to boxer.com, sign up for pre-sale. I believe they're exclusively available to Barnsley season ticket holders on Wednesday. And then they'll go on normal pre-sale Thursday and then on general sale Friday. But if you wait until Friday, you might miss out. Could be sold out by then. We'll see. There
you go. Don't miss it, folks. Callum Simpson, great for the time as always, mate. I'll let you get on. I know you've done a lot of media today. So, yeah, thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, mate.